What's up, everyone? King of Cobra 73 here, back again with more NCAA 25, College Football 25, Tulsa Dynasty. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going against the ECU Pirates at home, but first, I want to show you guys some new settings that we're experimenting with. We've been experimenting with sliders this whole series and experimenting with settings. So, this setting set is called the Ratings Matter setting. You can pause as you want to see as you want. But we're doing the Ratings Matter for the next few games before I decide on something permanent. Whether it be Ratings Matter or going with one of the other Operation Sports slider set. Whether it be Armor and Sword or anyone's. We're going to see how this rolls for the next couple games. So we're trying out the Ratings Matter, which means... and the goal around this is to get the players' ratings to truly matter. That is the goal around this, and hopefully it works out. It works fun for us. It goes well with us. We're going to work on it. We are going to try it out here with our Tulsa football team as we get ready to challenge the ECU Pirates. So we're just changing a few things around here. And again, like I said, you can pause to see where they are. Not speeding through this as much as I thought we would. Like, you can see the ratings for everything as we go through them. And I am also adjusting some things myself as I see fit as we look at the ECU roster a little bit here, and it looks like their offensive line is not the strongest, so hopefully we can get some inside pressure on them as their best defensive lineman is hurt and out for the game, and one of their better linebackers are hurt and out for the game as well. So hopefully we should be able to, dominate on defense, and hopefully we can get a few good things on offense. And now there was talk about Cardell Williams starting over Kirk Francis this game, because Kirk Francis has been struggling, throwing a lot of interceptions. There was thought about it. I don't think it's going to happen right now. We're going to play Kirk Francis in this game, I believe. And we are definitely going to move up Braden Presley for this game. Move him up because he played a little bit last game. We haven't seen a lot of him. He just hasn't been playing a lot, and I definitely need to get him out on the field more with 98 speed, 99 acceleration. He is our guy to get the ball into short spurts, get the ball out into space, and let him do what he has to do to run the ball as the Pirates come out onto the field here, and so do the Golden Hurricanes. Golden Hurricanes entering the game 3-1, and the ECU Pirates entering 2-2. Tulsa having a great season too thus far. And here he is, Kirk Francis, 2 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 888 yards. Francis having a poor year thus far. But a quick pass now for Francis, and it's going to be Matthew Golden on the first down and more. Golden with a 26-yard catch and run on the first play of the game. Francis moving, we're calling some movement, and it's going to be a handoff to Byron Ellison on the first carry of the game. Gain of 6. 3rd and 4 now coming up for the Golden Hurricanes. Francis back to pass. Francis rolling out right to his right hand side. He's going to keep this one, and Francis gets a good first down. 10-yard run for Kirk Francis. Francis now high snap, and it's going to be Bill Jackson rumbling up the middle of the field for a gain of 6. Jackson to his left. Hand off to Jackson. Jackson now going into the middle of the field again for the Tulsa first down. Jackson is sold back here again, and it's going to be Jackson left-hand side this time. Jackson getting a first down. Bill Jackson with a good 4 carries, 25 yards as Ellison comes back in now. And it's going to be a quick screen to Jeremiah Ballard. Haven't seen a lot of Ballard either in this game. 3rd and 1. And now Francis looking right-hand side, finding Jeremiah Ballard for a touchdown, Tulsa. And I think that is Ballard's first touchdown of the year. And it's going to be Kirk Francis' 3rd touchdown. Jeremiah Ballard getting into the end zone for this. And like I said, Ballard's been very quiet this year. A little too quiet for my liking. And here comes Chase Sowell. And as you can see, Sowell and Golden's productions are quite similar. Garcia now looking left. Couldn't find anyone that one, throwing that one away. Garcia has Yeast right next to him on the left-hand side. Garcia going down. That's Owen Ostrowski on the sack. That time, Owen Ostrowski is a monster. 3rd and 17 now, up for the Pirates. And it's going to be another blitzing. Garcia dodges that one, not able to get rid of the second man. He knocks off Oscar Fueco, but not able to dislodge the second hit. So he throws that one away, and Braden Presley gets past the 50 on that one, onto the 46-yard line. Do the Golden Hurricane start this drive, and that's going to be Matthew Golden on a quick throw now on the RPO. And RPO quick throws, that is how this Tulsa team succeeds. It's how they succeeded last year. And Jackson with a good run there, getting the first down. 2nd and 8 now, coming up for the Golden Hurricanes. Beautiful pass design, Steptoe in between 3 defenders. Steptoe just got the separation he needed on that one. And that was a beautiful throw from Kirk Francis on that play. 1st and 10 now. It's going to be Bill Jackson breaking the tackle. Jackson gets gain of 5 on that play. 2nd and 12, ball on the 18-yard line. And another RPO here. And looks like Presley loses a yard here. 3rd and 13 now, coming up for the Golden Hurricanes. And it's a screen to Byron Ellison. Ellison trying to find room on that play, not able to. And it is going to be a 30-yard field goal. Kick is up, right hand, left hand hash, and the kick is good here from the Golden Hurricanes. And it is a 10-0 lead for your Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. Garcia now dumping off the pass, finding Marlon Gunn on that play. Now, Marlon Gunn is a do-it-all back. He can catch it out the backfield, and I expect to see that a lot today. That is a catch from number 5, Chase Sowell. But yeah, I expect to see a lot of catching from Marlon Gunn. That time that was Tevin Yeast on the play. Garcia back to pass. Garcia looking around, and he finds Marlon Gunn again. And this is what I mean. Gunn can do it all. You can hand it off to him, and he can find space down the middle of the field, or you can just pass it to him, and he can find space that way. Marlon Gunn's going to do it all for you. Hold on. Braylon Presley back to pass towards the 50 and gets down to the 40-yard line. What a return for Braylon Presley, the returner of the year last year. And he's showing you why he had those credentials last year and showing the world that he should definitely be playing more. I believe he should have been playing from the beginning of this year. Handoff. That's Byron Ellison. Byron Ellison breaks one tackle and gets a first down. 3rd and 12 now coming up for the Golden Hurricanes. That's a dump off to Golden, and Golden gets the good throw, gets it underneath and gets the first down. 5 catches for 52 yards for Matthew Golden thus far in this one. Francis back to pass. Francis finding Golden, touchdown. He helicoptered into the end zone. Touchdown for the Golden Hurricanes. Braylon Presley, first touchdown of the year, helicoptering in, and the Golden Hurricanes have a 17-0 lead up into this one early. ECU has to do something and do something fast. And that's a good start right there. Getting a big first down on the play. Garcia back to pass. Garcia looking deep. Garcia had a man open, but it's batted away. I believe that was Malik Leverett he was looking for on that one. And that's number 21, Marlon Gunn. Once again, empty backfield here for Garcia. Jake Garcia looking right-hand side, finding his man. That is going to be the tight end, DeCero Riles. And he gets a big gain up the right-hand side of the field. And as the ball is down to the 4. First and goal now coming up for the Pirates. And that is intercepted into the end zone. Wow, what a play there for the Golden Hurricanes. Intercepted right into the end zone. I believe that was DJ Warner on that interception there. Big number 44. Another player who can play safety and linebacker. Tulsa has a few players that can do it all like that. That's a wild throw from Confrence. That is not what we want to see. And it turns the ball over. It gives ECU the ball right back. Gunn up the middle field, breaking the tackle, and Gunn gets the first down on the play. And it's going to be Garcia keeping it this time. And Garcia trying to break tackles. Garcia fighting for yards. We did all that fighting just to get 1 yard on the play. The most entertaining 1 yard run I've ever seen in my life. Garcia, middle of the field. Garcia finds a man. That is Malik Leverett on the play. Leverett not able to get the first down, so forced to punt it away back to Tulsa. And Tulsa's had a good couple of drives here. And watch out, here comes Bill Jackson. Jackson with a big gain on that one. 3rd and 5 now coming up for the Golden Hurricanes. Francis back to pass. Francis under pressure. Francis throwing it at the ground. Looking for a screenplay on that last one. And now Tulsa forced to punt. What a screen. What a spin move there from Gunn. But if Tulsa was able to get it, if Francis was able to get a little bit more time on that play, I think Tulsa still has the ball here. As we have 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the half. 3rd and 8 now. And the Pirates are looking for something, but Riles was overthrown on that one. Francis back to pass. Francis looking. Francis going to get taken down here by Dwight Johnson on that one. Big sack there, and they're going to hand it off, conceding to the punt right here. And they're going to go. They're content with the 17-point lead that they have and punting it to the Pirates. Now, what you don't want to do here is, if you're the Pirates, you don't want to go down into that 17-0. You want to gain momentum here. You want to try to get at least a touchdown on this drive. Maybe some Pirates fans are fine with 3 on this drive. Garcia back to pass. Garcia looking everywhere for someone, and he finally had a man come back to the ball. Chase Sowell on that one. And that is a quick pass there. That's Daniel Clark, the receiver on that one. Number 22, the wide receiver. Garcia back to pass again. Garcia dumping it off. That's Gunn. And 3rd and 1. 51 seconds remaining in the half. And the Pirates are driving down the field. Left-hand side. Catch is good there. And he's going to the end zone. And that one's batted away. 2nd and goal. Ball on the 8-yard line. 40 seconds remaining in the half. Middle of the field. Ball batted back to Marlon Gunn. And Gunn, another exciting 1-yard play. There from ECU. Left-hand side. And that is caught. They say, what? Caught by Chase Sewell. What a catch there from ECU. And they go into the half down by 10 with 3 seconds remaining. What a I don't know how you defend that. Look at this throw again. Like, it was almost batted into his hands right there. As you can see, Chase Sewell is going to be a player to be trifled with at the next level. He can keep making big time catches like that. But it is now a 17-7 score as we go into the half, and Tulsa just needs to keep playing their game. They're getting a good balance between the run and the pass in this one. Getting their running backs, Bill Jackson and Byron Ellison, going. We haven't seen the freshman in this one yet. But Confrence is doing well. Beautiful play there from Braylon Presley. And it's going to be a quick pass to start the half out to Malik Leverett to get the first down. Gunn on the carry. Gunn getting more yards on this one. First down. Marlon Gunn may have found his groove here. And it's going to be a catch for Gunn, and Gunn goes nowhere. Loss of 5 on that one. Empty backfield here for Jake Garcia. Garcia going to step up into the pocket. Garcia going to keep himself, call his own number, and Garcia gets the 13 yards on the play, and they're going to go hurry up here. Ball on the 50-yard line. Garcia and the Pirates want to get down the field on this first drive and score a touchdown. That is Tevin Yeast, the running back on the play. Gunn back in now. And they have a good two-headed monster system. Yeast kind of a power back, but still has some speed for a power back. And Gunn, like I said before, he's your fast guy, speedy guy, can do it all. Great cut to the left-hand side there for Gunn. Gunn breaks one tackle and gets the first down for the Pirates. Gunn taking a break now, and is Tevin Yeast in the middle of the field. Up the middle of the field. Again, like you said, more of a power guy, can do it all. Garcia back to pass. Garcia is going to meet the Tulsa defense back in the backfield. And that's a huge loss for the Pirates. Unnecessary sack there for Jake Garcia. And that's going to be Rivers on the sack on the QB blitz. First met by Daniel Callaway. Then Rivers meets him on that play. And they're going to go for the long field goal here. And the kick is up. And the kick is good for the ECU Pirates. It is now a 7-point game with 7 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It is going to be Byron Ellison on the screen. Ellison gets the first. And again, this is all Ellison and Bill Jackson as your running backs. As they just come in interchangeably. And it is hard to... I don't think it's hard to defend per se. It's hard to predict. Presley gets a underneath pass going nowhere, so Tulsa's forced to punt. Gunn with a good spin move there. Keeping off the Tulsa defender, 3rd and 7 now. And he's going to go underneath the Gunn again. Gunn getting caught up on his defenders and unable to get the first down. And it's going to be 3rd and 12 now as we look at this Tulsa drive. Francis back to pass. Francis gets the pass off the Golden. Golden catching a beautiful pass behind himself. Unable to get the first, though. 2nd and 4 now coming up. And it's a beautiful pass there from Garcia, and their drive will extend. 2 minutes now remaining in the third quarter. Up the middle of the field. Once again, Chase Sewell. Excuse me, that was Desario Riles on that last catch. And that is Riles again. Riles is getting some interesting looks in this game. It's normally the run game that does us in, but I think we're defending the run game. Beautiful pass defended there by Keon Parker. Yes, it's normally the run game that does us in. Yeast taken down. And that'll bring us to the fourth quarter of the game. It is still a 17-10 game here. 7-point game here from the Golden Hurricanes. And coming back to the ball, that's Chase Sewell right there. Again, like I said, if he can keep the momentum, making big-time catches, breaking one tackle, flag down on the play. We'll see what this says. See if it's coming back. And it's a block in the back. That will be coming back. 2nd and 12 now. Ball on the 18-yard line. It's going to be a read option here. Garcia keeping it. Garcia taken down by 2 defenders. 3rd and 8 coming up. Ball on the 14. Handoff. No, quick pass. Quick RPO pass. And they're going to stay on the field here. 4th and 3. Heading it off to Gunn. And Gunn doesn't get it. Caught by Quintarius Rivers. Taken down. And now it is Tulsa's turn with a quick screen to Presley. Ellison to the left. Ellison will hand it off. Byron Ellison going up the middle of the field on this one. Francis back to pass. Francis quick throw. Francis find Williams on that play. Francis back to pass. Francis looking for Matthew Golden. Wide open underneath. Matthew Golden trying to go up top. Matthew Golden keeping Tulsa's drive alive. Hand off to Bill Jackson. Bill Jackson cutting up to the right-hand side. This might be one of Bill Jackson's better games. And looking for Joseph Williams there. Joseph Williams takes a big hit while trying to catch that one. He's going to come out the game for a few plays on this one. Looking left-hand side. That one's almost intercepted. Batted away. Looking for Jeremiah Ballard on that one. And it's going to be punted right back to East Carolina. 3rd and 10 now. 5 minutes, 48 seconds remaining for the Pirates. They're looking for anything and everything that they can get. And Garcia forced to throw that one away. Kirk Francis back to pass. And that's going to be a handoff to Bill Jackson. Gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 4 now. Tulsa trying to take out as much clock as they can. Byron Ellison gets nothing on that play. But the name of the game for Tulsa is kill the clock. Chase Sowell. So good. Spin move. 2nd and 4. It's all or nothing for ECU on this drive. Gunn breaking a tackle. Gunn not able to break the tackle of Keon Parker. Maybe a touchdown saving tackle by Keon Parker. Who knows? Quick pass out. That's Daniel Clark on the play. 3rd and 5 now. We're at the 2-minute timeout here. 1 minute and 58 seconds remaining. Do or die here. 4th and 5. Gunn to the right. It is going to be batted away. And Tulsa just needs to run this clock out. Handoff. Bill Jackson, left-hand side. Bill Jackson able to get a couple yards, but a flag on the play, and this one's coming back. 1st and 16 now. It's going to be Bill Jackson. Jackson getting not enough. 3rd and 15. ECU's already used 2 timeouts, using their last timeout. ECU has 1 final drive. Garcia back to pass. Jake Garcia looking for Gunn here. Only a gain of 2 on the play. 2nd of 8 now. It is behind the receiver. 3rd and 8. And a whole bunch of desperate actions need to happen here. Garcia running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Gets sacked on that play. Upshaw on the sack. Garcia looking deep. Garcia ball batted away. And it is going to be 1st and goal. And they're just going to kneel it out. What happened to Garcia on that play? Running around with his chicken. He just should have thrown it away. Tulsa will escape with the victory. Kirk Francis, no interceptions, only 155 passing yards, but 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a 76-yard QB completion percentage. I think that's a good win for him. And that's a good day for Kirk Francis. Tulsa now improves to 4-1 on the season. You got to start thinking, is Tulsa going to start being ranked now? You got to think like, hey, are the voters, are the polls looking at what Tulsa's doing this year? Are they seeing what Coach Antonio Briggs' team is doing this year? Not Coach Antonio Briggs, Brandon Perkins, excuse me, I'm sorry. But they got to start looking and see if Coach Brandon Perkins' team, you got to respect what his team's doing this year. He has his team playing really well. 22 for 28 for Kirk Francis. 75 yards on 19 carries for Bill Jackson. That is a great game for him. 6 for 22. We need to get more carries for Byron Nelson. 9 catches for 79 yards. Overall, like I said, Tulsa's been playing well. well indeed, and you just gotta start thinking, will they be ranked? And now let's go look at recruiting. We haven't looked at recruiting all year really, so this is what we're going with right now. We're looking at Tyler Trapp, a running back, the 22nd national running back, number 2 in the state of Illinois, number 4 overall. Like we're looking at a couple 4 stars, a couple 3 stars, trying to booster up our team. What I'm liking a lot of offensive linemen. I want to get more offensive linemen for this team, and right now we're just doing what we think is best, giving some players the hard sell, and we can see Tony Garrison's hard sell right here. Time to get to work. We have all A's on that one, and he is a 4-star corner. A player that I really like this year, Eric Papo, but we are competing with North Texas for him, and it is going to be a hard get. One of my favorite players in the class, one of my favorite receivers, but again, it's going to be a hard get because we're competing with North Texas, and he is from the Arlington, Texas area. And if proximity to home is one of his it is one of his things that he cares about, it's gonna be hard to get him because they're gonna be an A+ while we're gonna be an A-. Look, man, we're just a little bit north, okay? Just a little bit north. Come to Tulsa, and this is one of my favorite players, Darren Qualls. This would be our Owen Ostrowski replacement, as Owen Ostrowski does graduate this year, probably going to the NFL. Darren Qualls will play as a true freshman if we're able to get him. He is going to be a monster of a pass rusher. Another pass rusher I was looking at, Bullock already committed. Babcock, another pass rusher. Romeo Ferris. I think he can be another pass rusher we look at, but it's going to take some time getting him. Graham Schooler, a good guard. We need to boost this offensive line. That is number 1. And Nelson Younger, an athlete, he's a quarterback. We're also looking at quarterback. But that's how recruiting is so far. Thank you guys for liking this. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe for more, and next time we play against the Navy midshipmen.